Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Pain and Gain Pick'em Season 5, Episode 21, the season finale, Super Bowl Pick'em predictions. But before we go ahead and do our predictions for that game, there was something that happened on Sunday afternoon that we need to talk about right now. Real quick, and get this out of the way. If you guys don't know the news, if you guys have not been following or live under a rock, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players, I say top 3 basketball players of all time, unfortunately had his life taken away from him due to a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California at around 9:43 a.m. Pacific time. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do now is set up a timer for 32 seconds. For 32 seconds only, because why 32? Kobe Bryant's numbers was 24 and 8. And I feel like this would definitely be a great way to memorize him. And also, before we get into the moment of silence, I do wish, hopefully, that this happens. The Mavericks already retired the number 24 officially, and now NBA players are starting to retire it across the league. I hope number 8 and number 24 officially are retired by the end of this year by every single team. And then once LeBron retires, retire number 23. I think those numbers, because in every league, I think at least one number is retired in almost every single sport, except for the NFL. I know the MLB has 42. The NHL is 99. The NFL, I know 00 you cannot wear is a retired number. That was Otto Graham back. That was Jim Otto back in the day. It's a number you can't wear anymore. So they need to make 8 and 24 and 23, which eventually was with Jordan and LeBron. But 8 and 24 after the season need to be retired by all 30 teams. So right now, as we have this time, let's go ahead and have a moment of silence for the legend, the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. Here we go. Thank you. All right, so Kobe Bryant, even though I was a Philadelphia 76ers fan and I did not like you at very beginning as a 18-year-old kid, seeing the 2001 NBA Finals with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers when Shaq and Kobe were one of the most dynamic, dominant duos in NBA history. As I gotten older, I grew to appreciate your game, and you'll be forever missed. And I actually did get a shirt on Monday. It's a black T-shirt with Lakers number 8 on the front and Bryant number 24 on the back. And I think that would be a good way to represent him. So,
Yeah, with me, you guys know my channel when it comes to the NBA. I was always a big Spurs fan. And of course, back in the day, Spurs and the Lakers had, in my opinion, the best rivalry in the NBA back in the early to mid 2000s with Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant going at it, both winning 5 championships. But I got to tell you, all rivalry aside, I always said my 2 favorite players in the NBA ever, Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant, man. I always loved watching Kobe go out there, just light up the scoreboard, put 50 plus up on the board almost every game. I'll never forget the time I sat down and I actually saw parts of his 81-point game against the Raptors. Of course, watching his final game of his career against the Jazz, where he put 60 points up on them, and all the times that we faced in the Western Conference Finals, even though the Lakers would usually beat us. But I remember we beat them in 03, finally got the monkey off our back. And then we beat them in 99. And then we swept them in 2013, which would be the last time that Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant would ever face in the playoffs, unfortunately. But yeah, all rivalry aside, I was always a big Kobe Bryant fan. Obviously not a Laker fan because they're our rivals, but I was always a big Kobe and Shaq fan. But Kobe was always first for me. And I always said that I would never don another team's jersey, but after Sunday, I'll make an exception. I got a Kobe Bryant jersey on the way as I put in an order for it on Monday. Just a way to show my respect for Kobe Bryant. And of course, his 13-year-old daughter who tragically passed away as well, Gigi. It just makes it that much more worse than it already was. And of course, the 7 other passengers. Just I can't imagine what Vanessa, Kobe's wife, is going through right now. Just unbelievable what happened. So my thoughts and prayers just go out. Bless that family. Bless all that bless all those families that suffered their losses on Sunday. Just absolutely horrible what happened.
Yeah.
Where did Alex go? That's one more. He must have.
Oh no.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Let me come back on here. There you are. Welcome back. So you guys have any other personal memories of Kobe Bryant you want to share?
I'm not really a big pro basketball fan, but Kobe Bryant was one of those athletes who really made you sit up and pay attention. It was not just how he played the game, but the way he did it. I mean, he kind of had like a never say die attitude about him. He worked so hard every night on the court and off the court. He was a gentleman and a scholar. He was one of those, and how he branched out beyond basketball. I think he made a documentary that won an Academy Award. I'll have to look that up, but he was being a successful businessman, a great husband, a great father, and to hear that his 13-year-old, his oldest daughter, was on that helicopter with him, it just hurts so much more. But yeah, 24-8 should be retired. Yeah, Kobe is definitely going to be missed, but yeah, rest in peace, Kobe.
Dang it, we'll get Alex on back on for just a second once he Oh, what's happening? I think it's just having issues or something like that. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. It might just be technical issues, so I apologize, guys. We'll get back into the pick'em shortly. We're just gonna get Alex on real quick. Just waiting to see when he gets back on. Once he gets back on, if he has anything, then we'll go ahead and move on. But I know you guys in the comments, you can always tell us if any personal memories of Kobe Bryant as well.
Yeah.
I know one thing that was also a funny story I wanted to share real quick, that Lou Williams played with Kobe Bryant one day in like the NBA. Like this was like I think it was like mid 2012 or 2013 or something like that. I think this was a little bit before Kobe's last season, or he got injured. I think they were in Portland and they got blown out. And after the game, Kobe took away all their they were all wearing Kobe sneakers, and he took them all away and said, "You guys don't deserve them." And it really shows that Kobe Bryant had Mamba mentality. He had one of the hardest. He was one of the hardest workers out there, and what happened with him is it's a shame, unfortunately, and it should be a good. It should be a good moment when they have their first game in the Staples Center. It'll be a very good moment, and I'm excited for that. But Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, you go ahead and ask Al. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, I know the Lakers and Clippers were supposed to play tonight,
But
and
they
they actually postponed their game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
While we're waiting on Alex to get back
Yeah.
in, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself back on. So, oh, there he is. There you go. Okay. Hey, Alex, welcome back.
There we go.
Before we go into our pick'ems, do you have any other memories of Bryant, Alex? You want to share? Kobe Bryant wants to share?
Well, when my dad had season tickets for the Hawks back in the 90s, early 2000s, this is when I was a huge basketball fan, so I had to see all the teams. I had to see Michael Jordan and the Bulls, had to see Kobe and the Lakers, I had to see the Supersonics. Those were my top three I wanted to see, and I got to see all of them. So, yay me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Kobe was a great player, fantastic. I love this video game on the Nintendo 64, Hang Time. Or I'm sorry, not Hang Time, Courtside with Kobe Bryant on the Nintendo 64. Such a great game. I played it last night. And yeah, he's one of the best. And he will rest in peace. He will gone but not forgotten.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
And for guys that are subscribed to my channel, be sure to tune in Thursday afternoon. I'm going to be having a video of my top 32 Kobe Bryant moments. And amazingly enough, even though it's going to be a premiere, I'm just going to kind of spoil it to you. Amazingly enough, I was able to get that video to be 24 minutes, 8 seconds long. Yep.
That's great.
That is amazing.
Stay tuned for that.
That's awesome.
So, with that being said, I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen.
You ready for some football?
I'm ready for some football. You guys ready for some football? Are we ready for Super Bowl 54?
Let's do it, man.
Yes.
Sunday evening, 6:30 p.m. kickoff on Fox. It will be of course it's a Fox game. It's the biggest game of the year.
Really? Fox game of the week? You don't say.
Thanks, Cougar.
I'm sorry. I had to make that joke. I'm sorry. But anyways, it's the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is in Miami in the Hard Rock Stadium, if you guys all know.
That's right.
And the Chiefs are 1.5 point favorites. Who do you guys got and why?
Oh, man.
Also, actually, before you guys get in, funny story about last week's conference championship. Like 2 weeks ago, we didn't do last week because the Pro Bowl. Who cares? Even though it was fun seeing TJ Watt score a touchdown for the AFC and Joe Hayden get an interception.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
That was great. It was a game-winning touchdown for the AFC. So, I know ever since Wildcard Weekend, I went 0-4. I haven't lost a game since.
Wow.
Yeah, I've dropped. After that, for me, I've only dropped 2 games. But, yeah, it is what it is.
Always next year. But the good thing is we got the Super Bowl. Could I end off my pick'em streak at 7 games in a row? Playoff games in a row? Let's see. Do you guys want to go first? You want me to go first? It's up to you guys.
I guess I'll start off.
So,
this has all the potential, at least in my opinion, this has all the potential to be one of the best Super Bowls that I've ever seen. You know, I've been watching football for many, many years now, and the first Super Bowl that I sit down and watched in its entirety was 37, back when the Buccaneers and the Raiders played.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of great Super Bowls, but I think this one definitely has potential to be one of the best. I'm not going to say it's not going to – I mean, I don't think anything's going to top 43. just me being a biased Steelers fan, but unless it's like something completely outrageous, I don't think anything's going to top 43. But
It's hard to beat a walk-off. It's hard to beat a game-winning touchdown.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. But I think this matchup here, I think this matchup here has some elements of 48, if that makes any sense. Like I'm not saying the final is going to be 43-8. Don't get me wrong.
Oh God, no, yeah, no.
But in terms of matchup, that's what I'm talking about. You got the best offense in the league in Kansas City, and they're going up against the best defense in the league in San Francisco. Kind of like how the matchup was set back for 48 when the Broncos had that fantastic offense, and they were going against the Legion of Boom and the Seahawks. So, I think your biggest keys in this game, 49ers. You got to be able to get to Patrick Mahomes, and you got to be able to make them, make bad decisions, because the Chiefs, to me, from what I've seen, they're great, but they're vulnerable at the same time. We saw it happen with the Colts. We saw it happen with the Titans in the regular season. We saw it happen with the Ravens, even though the Chiefs won that game. And even in the playoffs, they gave up 20. They spotted Houston 24 points, and they came back and won. And then even against the Titans in the title game, they were down 17-7 at them at one point. Had to come back and beat them. And this was after I gave Kansas City's defense a lot of credit, because they closed out the season playing really well on defense, considering how really bad their defense has been over the past few years. But Kansas City, to me, this is if they get down 20 plus in this game, they ain't coming back. It's game over.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely,
yeah. With San Francisco, you got to be able to get to Mahomes. You got to be able to lock down their targets. You got to be able to stop their run game. You got to get past their offensive line. So that's the key for the 49ers. Plus, with the 49ers, you got to take advantage of that week against that. You got to take advantage of Kansas City's defense, because while the 49ers, I wouldn't say, are a powerhouse on offense, they definitely have a good enough offense to put some points up on the board and put some stats up on the board. And your biggest concern there if you're Kansas City, I believe, is the 49ers run game. They got a very solid run game. Got one of the best O-lines in the game. And, of course, they got some pretty solid – they got a set of receivers as well. Garoppolo's main one being Deebo Samuel. He torched Green Bay all Sunday afternoon in the NFC Championship game. So, and then you got to look no further in San Francisco's defense. 49ers, in my opinion, they've had the best defense in the league this year. And Patrick Mahomes, he better be up for the challenge, because he's going to have to face that front seven. He's going to have his work cut out for him facing that really good young secondary the Niners got. And yeah, man, both these teams are terrific. Both these teams are great. They definitely deserve to be here. But something interesting about this game that I thought about before I recorded my Super Bowl prediction, when you think about it, you got two coaches that are prone to choking. You got Andy Reid in Kansas City, who the only time he's made it to a Super Bowl was 39. They lost to the Patriots. And he also has a really bad habit of choking big games as well. And then for the 49ers, you got Kyle Shanahan, who with the Falcons back in 2016, 28-3. So, in my opinion, you got two coaches that are prone to choking going up against each other in the Super Bowl. So, with that being said, like I said, I truly believe both these teams deserve to be here. They earn their way. But I think it comes down to who I personally think is just the better overall team. And to me, that's the 49ers. So I'm going with the 49ers to win a very hard-fought, close game. I definitely think this has, a score like 35-30 written all over it. But, Yeah, man. I think just at the end of the night, the Niners are just going to come out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and give my MVP for this game. I
Okay.
think the MVP of this game is going to be George Kittle
Hmm.
because I think, George Kittle, you can't stop him. He's like Rob Gronkowski 2.0. You can't tackle him. He shakes the way he just evades every tackle, the way he just shakes off everyone and picks up big chunk yards on every catch, and is just the ultimate security blank in the league. I think that he's going to come out MVP if the 49ers win this game. I don't think the Chiefs are going to have the defense that's going to be able to stop them. Part of me really wants to say Nick Bosa, but I can't recall the last time that a rookie won Super Bowl MVP. I don't think it's ever even happened, to be honest with you. But yeah, Kansas City's definitely going to put up a fight. They're definitely going to make it interesting. But at the end of the night, I just think the 49ers are just a better overall team. And I think they end the night tying the Steelers and Patriots for 6 Lombardis, and they get the W here. I'm going to say 35-32 San Francisco.
Wow.
Mm,
Very, very interesting.
nice.
I think I'm gonna go next on this one.
yeah.
I'm gonna agree with Steelman. I'm gonna say the 49ers win. And the reason why is because San Francisco is a very balanced team. They have a really good offense, they have a really good defense. However, you look at Kansas City, they have a really good offense. Their defense, meh. Their defense is just meh, to be honest. So I'm going to go with the more balanced team, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. And I agree. I think they get that 6th Lombardi to tie the Steelers and Patriots. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm going to say 28-24.
Tiny Tim?
Was it any question who I'm cheering for in this game?
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll give it away.
yeah, I kind of give it away with my hat and my shirt here. I agree with everything that Steel Maiden said. I mean, 49ers had that very awesome defense, and that George Kittle. I like how he described him, Rob Gronkowski 2.0. I like that. But I'm just going with my heart here. Yes, Andy Reid has been known to choke at the big games, but I believe with all my heart this Sunday, Andy Reid finally breaks through. He has his great moment. I see a late field goal by, I think, is it Dustin Colquitt still with the Chiefs?
No, it's Harrison Buckner, I think.
Oh, yeah, Harrison Butker. I see a field goal with him probably between 2 minutes and 1 minute left of the game. I gotta go with the Chiefs on this one. I'm going Chiefs 34-31. And Mahomes, number 15 in your playbook, number 1 in your heart. We'll take MVP.
Okay, Lucas.
This game was so hard for me to pick. You got so many narratives throughout this Super Bowl. Will Andy Reid finally win his first? Will the 49ers tie the Steelers and Patriots for Super Bowl wins with 6 apiece? There are many questions that are going to be asked throughout the Super Bowl. There's going to be matchups as well that who can really outdo the other. For quarterback wise, I'm going to go through each matchup position wise. Quarterback matchup, I'm going to start with quarterbacks Patrick Mahomes versus Jimmy Garoppolo. I personally think Patrick Mahomes has the edge He can throw the deep ball. He can run on the ground very well. He has the statistically better average in regards to throwing. So I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes for quarterback. Running backs, I'm going to give it to the 49ers here. I think 49ers Raheem Mostert and with Tevin, I don't know if Tevin Coleman's going to play this game. I don't think he is. I think he's scheduled to be out. But you also have Matt Breida as well. I think they're a much better combination compared to Damian Williams and LaShawn McCoy. All right, so I'm going to give the advantage for running backs to the 49ers. Wide receivers, it's a toss-up personally, but I really wide receivers and tight ends are pretty much two toss-ups because both of them are both evenly matched. I think Travis Kelce in the right situation could be as good as George Kittle, and the receivers for the 49ers, I think, can be as good as the Chiefs. But the Chiefs, I will give a slight edge for wide receivers, and tight ends, I'll give a slight edge to San Francisco, maybe because of Tyreek Hill and George Kittle. For offensive line, I would probably have to say the 49ers offensive line is a little bit better. And the defensive line, I think the 49ers line is a little bit better. Linebackers, San Francisco 49ers, I think, once again, take the edge. And finally, for defensive backs, I'm probably going to have to say the San Francisco 49ers have the edge on defensive backs-wise. Special teams, with the coin flip as well. Robbie Gould, Justin Butker, it can go either way. It's definitely going to be one of those games you really don't know how to predict, and it could realistically go either way. But for me, I really have to go with who has the better matchups overall and who has the more advantages in regards to matchups, and that is the San Francisco 49ers right now. I think the main deciding factor in this game is, can the 49ers cover all the Chiefs' weapons? The Chiefs have a ton of weapons, and I honestly don't know if they can cover every single one of them because the Chiefs have a very good strategy. Whenever someone's going to get covered very well, they always have someone else to throw to. Whenever you double team Kelce, Hill's going to be open. Watkins, Mecole Hardman, they're always going to get open. The Chiefs, however, also have the same problem, but the Chiefs' defensive lately has been playing extremely well. They've played pretty well, even though they let 24 points against Houston and against the Titans, let them go up 17-7. But in the end here, I realistically think the 49ers just have a little bit more of an edge. And I think coaching, Andy Reid does have more of a coaching edge. But I honestly, like in Super Bowl experience, that Eagles-Patriots game, the Eagles just really didn't have much until the very end of the game. The Patriots went up on them early, and the Eagles could never really recover. And it could be the same thing with the Chiefs. If the Chiefs get down early, so say 10, 17, nothing, they're not going to come back against the 49ers. I just don't trust them. So, honestly, in this case, it's going to be tough. If the Chiefs win, either team wins, I will be very happy. If the Chiefs win, I'll be more than happy, and I'll eat my crow with that game. But right now, I'm going to go with Steel Man. I'm going to go with Alex. I'm going to pick the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to say this game is going to come down to a late touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo to Deebo Samuel. He will get the game-winning touchdown.
Deebo Samuel.
That is going to – yeah, many people thought I was going to say George Kittle. No, Deebo Samuel is going to get the game-winning touchdown over Tyrann Mathieu. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi, win Super Bowl 54, 34-33.
And join the Six Club.
And join the Six Super Bowl club.
6 wings,
But
6 wings,
if the Chiefs win,
Six
if the
wings,
Chiefs win,
6 wings.
I'll be more than happy about it. 6 rings, 6 rings, 6 rings. Either team wins, I'll be more than happy. Why? The Patriots and Ravens aren't in it.
Damn right.
At least the Patriots, yes.
I'm happy about the Patriots not being in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but us Steelers fans, thank God it's not the Ravens.
Thank
14-2, choke, choke, choke.
14-2, choke.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. I think this is going to be the end of Pain Game Pick'ems Season 5. We have officially concluded Season 5. I think on a high note, even though we did have the Kobe Bryant issue, unfortunately, I think remembering him, having the moment of silence, I think that's going to put a good remembrance to him. Hopefully there's no more big deaths this year, please.
Oh,
But the good thing is,
yeah.
next year will be very interesting. Season 6. I really want Season 6 to happen. So
It's gonna happen.
that's what I'm hoping for. And more than happy to have Steel Maiden, more than happy to have Tiny Tim, more than welcome to come back. I'm hoping to get Luke Nukem in next year. Unfortunately, he had a lot of work and it just really did conflict with schedules. Jerome and Mr. Garrison, unfortunately, just couldn't really make it. Unfortunately, this year it was just not many games, but Season 6 should be good. I'm very excited for Season 6. And any more sports videos coming out from my channel, I may have an MLB season predictions video late March. I'd probably say mid to late March. I might have a season predictions video, and then April will be NBA playoff and NHL playoff videos. So yeah, with that being said,
I think on my channel, I'm gonna do a live stream for the draft.
Oh, good.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as my channel.
If you guys want to be on that, you're more than welcome to be on that, Phil B.
I'd love to, because last 2 years, I know it was tough last 2 years because both Avengers movies came. We saw both Avengers movies in the last couple drafts. So
I think this year Black Widow comes out, so you're gonna have to miss ScarJo.
Oh yeah, it's coming out.
That comes out.
You're gonna have to miss ScarJo.
No, well, I think it comes out early May. I think it comes out a week after the draft, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to live stream the draft. Should be good. I know. Oh yeah, before we call it the season, predictions for the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame predictions Saturday. Hall of Fame comes out Saturday night.
Troy Polamalu.
Yes.
Zach Thomas.
Polamalu, straight up.
Yes.
Zach Thomas.
I can see Zach.
Let's see. I'm going to say Tony Baselli from the Jaguars.
Nice.
I think he's a finalist. That's 3. Isaac Bruce.
Isaac Bruce.
Yes, we need another player from the greatest show on turf.
And Edgerrin James.
Edgerrin James.
There you go. Interesting.
I'm gonna go with those 5.
I think Troy Polamalu, is going to be the unanimous Hall of Famer.
Polamalu and Thomas for sure,
without a doubt.
There are some odds to get in are 99.9%. So you guys have any predictions, Tiny Tim and Steelman?
Yeah, I'm trying to look here for the finalists, for all the finalists for a Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
by the way, I'm so glad Jimmy Johnson is going to be inducted.
And Carr.
The finalists. Okay, Edgerrin James, yes. Yes, I'd love to see Troy Polamalu. I always thought he had the greatest hair of anyone I'd ever seen in the league. Oh yeah, I'm serious.
Yes, that's true.
Maybe Torrey Holt, another member of the greatest show on turf.
Okay.
Yeah, Isaac Bruce, definitely. Edgerrin James, possibility. Zach Thomas, definitely.
Yes.
He did so much more in Miami than he ever did in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe John Lynch. I see John Lynch's name up there.
I
don't know, but
it's kind of iffy because he's already GMing, or he's the GM of the Niners right now. So I think we're gonna have to wait a couple years.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. So I'd say.
All right, I got a couple.
So I'd say my two definites are Polamalu and Thomas.
Without a doubt, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say without a doubt, Polamalu, Zach Thomas. I'm gonna go with Edgerrin James as well, and then I agree. Isaac Bruce.
Yeah.
And then here's one that no one really talks about. I'm going to say Steve Atwater.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Oh, we're going old school there.
Yeah, Steve Atwater. I think 2 safeties get in the Hall of Fame this year.
Interesting.
that would be awesome. And
Yeah,
for me, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
For me, I think Troll Polamalu is the obvious lock. He's the only one that has the highest odds, 99.9% of pretty much getting in. The second highest odds is Zach Thomas, 72.8%.
Damn right.
Third, Edgerrin James, 64.1. Tony Pacelli is at 59.3. And John Lynch is actually the fifth highest, but the problem is I don't see John Lynch getting in just yet. I don't see him getting just yet. I think because they want to see how he does more of a GM. I think that looks better on the Hall of Fame committee. That looks a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to go with my my five, it's going to be Troy Polamalu, Zach Thomas, Edgerrin James, Bathelli, and Alan Faneca. I'd like to see Alan Faneca again this year, especially how the NFL did something as well this year. They did something on their page where they had Ray Lewis talking about Alan Faneca. So, and it would make sense because Alan Faneca could definitely be someone that, because that would be the modern era, like the 2000 Steelers would be perfect. Coward, Faneca, and Polamalu all getting in the same year would be like it would just be perfect. Really keep a better story in that. So I think offensive line is going to be the name of the draft. I think the Hall of Fame. I think offensive line, they really want to they focus. You know, also on the senior committee as well. They focus a lot on linemen. I think this is the year of linemen for the Hall of Fame. So I really think that the Hall of Fame is going to be for 2020. The 20 class is going to feature a lot of linemen. So that's just where I'm going to go with it. So,
okay.
Anything else, guys, or anything you want to call it for the season?
Yeah, I got one more thing, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree. Complete this statement. With the first pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select
Joe Burrow,
Tagovailoa,
Louisiana State University.
Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama, because they're the Bengals.
How come I can totally see that?
Because they're the Bengals. Come on.
Yeah.
It would be funny, but the Bengals do not want to trade their pick, and they pretty much like even the GM said, Joe Burrow's our guy unless something.
He had one great season compared to
never really had a chance at
3.
Never really had a chance at the Ohio State.
He could have.
Yeah.
He could have, but they never pulled the trigger with him.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just say something about my channel. As far as my channel goes, as I said, stay tuned for my Kobe Bryant video that's going to be out on Thursday afternoon. Other than that, Friday night, we got Pens and Flyers. I will be streaming that game. If you want to, if you want to see me go berserk, if you want to see me go full Yenzer mode, just watch me that game because I can't stand the freaking Flyers, man.
I can't either.
Absolutely hate that team. So I will be streaming that game. Other than that, any Pens game I can get a hold of during my time, because right now all with me is going on is just job searching because I left my job right now. Long story short, they were screwing me out of my earnings, so it's like, I'm not working for you guys anymore.
But
right now, any Pens game I can get a hold of. A couple Pirates games I can get a hold of. And I might do a stream for the first round of the draft. Not entirely sure. Depends when it is. But, that's as far as my stream will go. Any other top 10 lists I can think of or my subscribers put on. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my channel during off season, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's gonna be great.
That is
Yeah.
going to be great. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude it for season 5 of Painting and Pick'ems. Thank you all for tuning in across the whole season. We shall be back for the next season, season 6. It will probably be, I think, the first game. Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl. It's going to be a fun one.
That's right.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Tony Tim?
Before we go, I want to thank you guys for letting me be on the show this season. Of course, I came in a little late, but hey, better than late than never. It's been great. It's been real. It's been good, but it's been real good. And before we wrap it up, one last fist bump.
Yes, Bob. Yeah.
All right, turn my camera
There we
on for
go.
this. Oh, what the hell? There you
There
go.
we go.
There
There
you
you
go.
go with the
Thank
ring
you
there.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Always a
Namaste.
pleasure, man.
Sweet. See you, everybody.